Hello and welcome to Cosmic Rockstars. I'm Sammy, and once again today I'm going to be going through two more incredible beings chosen at random for you guys to try and relate your traits and your features to figure out whether you have a connection to these two beings today. All you need to do is sit and listen and as I go through the different traits and the different features, and hopefully you resonate to either both or one. And it's very likely that you can resonate to either or, because we do have DNA from many different varieties of beings. So if you could first of all like and subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. It would just really help us out if this resonates with you, of course. And if you are here to learn a little bit more about your galactic family, sit back and relax, and I'm going to start with the Venusians. So the Venusians were actually beings from this solar system, which is really cool. I never knew there were beings from this solar system until I actually started studying the Venusians. So they're from Venus. They're our planetary neighbour. So that is the second planet away from the sun, which is pretty close. On the scale of planets and the size of this universe, of course. So let's start with the Venusians. I'm going to go through their traits and their features, and I really hope that you guys can relate to these beautiful soft beings. They're of the fourth dimension. Their mission is to awaken humanity, to help others realize their potential and their power. So they're real beings of love and light, and they just want to help others. So let's start with their features first of all. So Venusians are, as a human form and as their galactic form, they are very model-like in appearance, and that is both men and women. They are often tall and slender and curvaceous. The Venusians' hair tends to be long and around knee length, and it flows like water. So just really flowy, not as dense as our hair is on Earth here. The Venusians are not dense like human bodies. They are much less physical. So let's move on to their traits. You are passionate and sensual. You've got a nurturing and compassionate sort of personality. You're highly spiritual, perhaps sometimes to a fault, and you maybe sometimes need reminding how to ground yourself. This definitely could be a being that you could relate to. You are connected to the universe and your guides. You can sometimes be labelled as flighty. You also could be interested in alternative healing. So again, these things are not all the time, they are just some of the time. But more often than not, if you are related to the Venusians, you will notice some of those traits within yourself. So they communicate through telepathy and flowing movement. So they're very flowy is what I'm getting here. Hathor is an ancient Egyptian cow goddess of love, motherhood and beauty, who helped to seed Venusians on Earth to teach love and compassion. So these beautiful beings are here to really teach us love and compassion, and to really get in touch with our spiritual side, the spiritual aspect of our lives, connecting with our guides, and just overall just really soft, beautiful beings. I really hope that some of you have related to these guys. Not only because they are so magical and wonderful, but also because they are very close. They're of our solar system, which is pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. Okay guys, so I'm going to move on to the Greys. So the Greys are your typical alien-looking beings, the big grey head, the slanty eyes, the little mouth and the two little dots for noses. So these guys have been sighted so much on planet Earth over time that they have obviously entered our animation quite a lot, but they are actually very real as well. So I find them really fascinating because they're so alien-like, because we've been conditioned just to know that aliens look like these. In fact, you see my little friends here. These are Greys, who I love. Greys visit us all the time. So the Greys are here because they actually believe that they created humanity. Now, believe it or not, they believe that because they created the Fibonacci code, which is pretty cool. So, right, let's move on and have a little look at the Greys' features. Now, extraterrestrial wise, we know that they have the big grey head. They have the big slanty eyes. They have the little body hair. So what I've done in my slides here is I've actually chosen an image that I think possibly a human grey would look like. It's really take it or leave it. You're not going to necessarily look like this, but for me, I thought it was a bit of fun just to give you an idea of perhaps potentially what you could look like. So souls enter the human body a lot of the time because they do feel more comfortable with being a human body that reflects where that soul has spent most time. So whether it's the traits and the feature or the features, the soul does feel more comfortable in a human body that reflects their comfortability, if you like. Okay, let's move on to the traits, because I feel like the traits from the greys are a little bit more sort of specific than what the features would be. Okay, so if you feel like you easily disassociate, that you don't feel like the need to socialize too much, then you could potentially have a fair amount of grey DNA within you. Greys are from Zeta Reticuli 3. This is a star system. This is 39 light years from Earth. Now, the greys have a really great understanding of the earthly language. They're very, very smart when it comes to learning different languages. They have lost their connection to spirituality, and they are learning from us. They're learning how to connect back to their emotional side, if you like. They are a time-traveling species, and they appear in different timelines and realities all the time. So they are here, there, and everywhere, and they always have been. They believe they are the creators of humanity due to the fact that they created the Fibonacci code, which is just so fascinating. They use crystalline glass tablets to communicate. I find that very interesting, and I know that because I follow a few different remote viewers and channelers who actually have seen and spoken to greys who tend to be holding glass tablets when they are in contact. The greys claim to be here to serve, protect, and synthesize. And ETs, including the greys, have been influencing humanity for the benefit of the greater universe. So they are here with a positive agenda. It's just that sometimes they aren't connected to their emotional side, so they don't tend to have the empathy that perhaps we do, and they can sometimes come across a little bit abrupt, or if they come and experiment on a human body during the night, or they've been involved in many abductions, and it's all for the greater good, but sometimes they just are a little bit unemotional with it, so they can seem harsh, if you like. I think sometimes that's the problem with abductions. Sometimes it's the unemotion in the extraterrestrials that make them believe that the intention is negative. I personally don't believe that the intention is negative. I'm not saying that all extraterrestrials are good. It's like I say in all my videos, there's always good and there's always bad. There's always the dark and there's always the light. There's going to be extraterrestrials where their agenda isn't as pure as others, but we are part of them. We are aliens too. And once we start realizing it, everything's going to change, because we're going to realize how much magic we have within us. We're going to start realizing that we have DNA from different species. It's just dormant because we've been so suppressed and so conditioned to believe that we are the only ones in this whole entire universe, which is just crazy. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. That was really, really cool. Maybe next time I'll cover a couple more different beings, but I do like to just keep it a little bit less sometimes, just so that we can have a bit more of a deeper understanding of each one. Thank you so much for joining me today, wherever you are in the world. I am here in Australia. It's a beautiful day today. It's actually raining a little bit and I love the rain. So I'm having a very, very lazy day today. Please like if you enjoyed this video, and I will be back maybe with Damo 2 next time to cover some more beings. If there are any beings you want me to cover in particular, please drop that in the comments. I would absolutely love to either do some research on other beings and create some posters for you guys, or I might even have a poster already. I do have quite a few. So yeah, let me know who you want to know a little bit more about. I will do my best to do a video on them for you. Okay guys, thank you so much. Mwah, you're amazing. Enjoy your day. Be love and light. Remember how amazing you are. We are all just here living this human existence to be the best versions of ourselves, and to remember who we are. Thanks, guys.